What is up? It is good to be back. This is the first episode of The Life of a Rapper. And I'm going to start it off with a little short verse I wrote in my little tablet in my mind, as Lil Wayne says. And it goes like this. It goes, the smartest people have the hardest lives, but the idiots still end up with the wives somehow. I'm happier for my struggle because that's where I got my hustle. That's why I can go slow with my flow. I don't have to speed up like a mumble rapper because I'm fast. I don't need the cash. Yo, I'm humble. I'll go slow because I want to take my time with my flow so you actually know who the fuck I am. Chameleon, still blending in. Just look for me. Yo, I'm coming off the top, so just bear with me. But written or off the top, I'm written impeccably because I write me. Yo, who the fuck can say that about themselves before they can say it confidently? I say it with pride. I say it with confidence. I say it because you can't kill me. I kill me. I almost died. So today I want to talk about just the whole stigma of disabilities and disorders. Now, the cool thing that I've had throughout my entire life is a very keen sense of perspective. And one of the things that comes from that is I look at a lot of perspectives. Now, from my perspective, as someone who I can honestly, confidently say is as smart as I am, with as little as possible for any human really can get any sort of education from any sort of a school. I spend more time in a Section 20. Honestly, it makes no sense to say that, my ability is to be disrespected. And that's where education really rules over any sort of order or any sort of ability that can be actually faithfully and righteously recognized by the industry. Because the people that are making money to diagnose you, those are the ones that get recognized with a PhD. I don't have one, and somehow I have more chance of being insane than the ones employed to diagnose me with insanity. I just finished leaving West 5th after I just got out of jail for a fire I didn't even start. And I left West 5th with a diagnosis with psychosis. And quite honestly, I'm dumbfounded to say I really don't even want to try and say whether the doctors are right or wrong, because some of the most smartest people, honestly, have done the worst things with mankind. We just can't really call them smart because we don't really want to call them good. We don't want to call bad people smart, but truthfully, some of the worst people we've seen in mankind have been some pretty smart people. And the cool thing about perspective is if you look at good and bad and you look at the pros of bad and the cons of good, you really start to learn that there is certain things that can be appreciated about any human being. You don't have to be appreciating what someone did to appreciate the intelligence in which they did it with. For example, and I hate to go here, but you know what? I have enough history in my family between Polish and even Irish. Man, this guy fucked with both sides of my family, truthfully. If I go far enough down the ancestry line, I'm sure there's a Holocaust survivor somewhere. But I think Hitler was a truly intelligent man. Not to say he was a good man, but then again, I don't know his perspective. I never knew the guy, and I've always lived by a policy that I will trust anyone until they give me a reason not to. Because I don't try to predict my future. was talking to my girlfriend today, and I was telling her, I said, at a certain point in my life, I didn't like to live by plans. I didn't like to plan anything. I did everything. I took every step with the purpose of now or never, because I've always been someone who doesn't like to condone things like preventing disability, preventing disease. Now, the hardest thing to hear about any sort of diagnosis I get ever, any day of the week, because trust me, I've got enough misdiagnoses that, doctors can't get enough of my diagnoses. They miss them sometimes. That's how much they're trying to diagnose me. But the truth is, what doctors, I think, are really trying to diagnose is my intelligence. Because I'm not a violent person. I am the last guy that's going to pick a fight with anyone. I am a pacifist because I have no choice to be. Because behavioral treatment did more with the poor treatment they gave me to emasculate me to the point that I don't fight. I take beatings to a hospital, and I say that at a risk of going to the hospital more times than I want to. But I'm not someone that will literally swing back. I've had bruises on both my thighs because I didn't take one swing, to the point where I couldn't walk properly and I couldn't sit down properly. Don't ask me how it happened, because I'm not a snitch. But, I think the most important thing to be learned about the life of a rapper is it's one of struggle. Because every rapper that's ever been great had a very, very hard struggle. Look at Tupac. Look at his struggle. And why is he still the only man that I prayed to before I believed in God? I remember when I went to jail, when I was in A&E, I talked to myself a lot. This is why I love to podcast, though. I was talking to myself in A&E, and I said, you know what? If I die, I don't want to go to heaven and meet God. I said, I want to literally go out with Tupac waiting for me, going, hey, yo, guess what? I already got out of Thugs, or I already got into heaven. Let me just give you a grand tour of Thug's Mansion. We have a room reserved for you, because you're one of us, homie. Thug life, right? And I thought of that, and I couldn't help but just smile about it. And here I am in, my street clothes, about to be changing into a jumpsuit, just thinking about my death peacefully. And it's like I accepted it because I knew I was going to get beaten in jail. And I'm not going to really just call out anyone. I'm not going to try and dry snitch, but real shit. Yeah, I got beat in jail. But the reason I say I got beat is because I didn't really fight back. There was no fight ever, right? So I'm not really making a statement of one or the other. I'm just saying that I really didn't fight in jail, so it's not really any different if I go into a circumstance where, like they say in jail, where I would have to fight or not have to fight out here in civilization. I literally just don't have the choice to make a swing because I can't fathom it. I have a brain injury that disallows me the ability to make a choice, to actually take a swing, because of the trauma I've received just from taking a swing when I used to fight as a kid, because I used to black out. And that's how I got so many years of my life taken from behavioral treatment. And that is where I really question the doctors as the intelligent ones. And I look at the word disability, and that's one of the best proofs there is. Why would you want to diss my ability? You've seen my ability. Why would you want to diss my ability? Because you're the one with the PhD. You're the one with a piece of paper, and you're trying to get more pieces of paper because you have to. You're employed to. It's your job. I'm the one with no job, doing the only podcast I can do for free because I need someone to talk to. Real shit. I don't know how many fans I got, but I'm ready for all of them. That's what's important. And that's why I think the life of a rapper, the life of Tupac, had to be one of struggle. The life of any good rapper comes from struggle. And let me tell you, I've struggled. I could write a whole series just from my struggle. That's what this series is about to be. I'm going to tell you about my struggles, some of the struggles I've had throughout life. And I'm going to tell you what makes a rapper. Because any rapper would know, real recognize real. And this is real shit. Because my life has been the realest shit I ever know. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up this episode. Let me know how, if you can. I don't even know this app enough. But maybe let me know in the comments how you feel about this. If you want to see more of it, I love doing this because it's basically my everyday life. I talk to myself a lot. It's part of my condition, but I like to say I have an ability that is like this, and that's what they try to diss. Because they can't recognize my intelligence because I speak like this. They speak like that. They're employed to, and I'm the one still up to bat. At the sake of trying to rhyme just to make a point. I'm going to leave you with that, guys.